If Jonathan Winters is ever accused of anything, he's got the perfect alibi. He was someone else at the time. When I first saw him before the show, he was still trying to decide whether he should be a drunken Eskimo, the queen of the Vikings, or a doorknob. I'd rather he came out simply as himself to begin with, because when he's Johnny Winters, he cannot be imitated. The wild, wild man, my friend Jonathan Winters.
In my opinion, it's impossible to understand the genius of the late Robin Williams without first understanding the corresponding genius of his idol, Jonathan Winters. Winters was the master of improvisational comedy. From the early days of TV, in his stand-up and various sketch appearances on talk shows, what he did was never scripted. The characters he invented, the scenes he enacted, were plucked from the air in front of his eyes.
The kids had some candy and they said, "Daddy, Daddy, come to the river. There's a bear here, and we won't get some pictures of the bear." Well, the bear ate the kids. But we got some wonderful pictures.
One of Winters' most famous and simplest bits was called The Stick from the Jack Paar Tonight Show.
Do something with the stick. What's your do routine with the stick? You give him anything.
Well, that was a pretty good cast, wasn't it, Bob? I think we're on to something this time. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Margaret. Try to swim in. I've been in the bloody stocks too long now. I'm sorry about it. That's a nice one, just up there, just this side of the green. I seen them Beatles, and this is one of their feelers.
37 years later, another comedian did a very similar routine with a pashmina on Inside the Actors Studio.
I came to Bombay last year. Help me! Tonight we are going to cook octopus balls.
Robin Williams and Jonathan Winters were kindred spirits. They worked together for the first time on the TV show Mork and Mindy. Winters played his son, from which point they remained great friends until Winters' death in 2013, only a year and change, it turns out, before Robin Williams took his own life. In this clip from a 60 Minutes profile on Winters, it's Robin Williams who expresses the great lesson that his mentor taught him, what was indeed the great philosophy of both their comedic lives.
Jonathan has just taught me about the world is open for play. I mean, that anything and everybody is mockable in a wonderful way.
This idea that the world is open for play is an extremely rich one. It suggests, rightly, that humanity and our shared reality is made up of fluid elements of language and social structures which are sometimes codified into rules and pressures and laws, but that even the most rigid feature of what man makes can be turned flexible again and malleable again and funny with play. Winters and Williams saw reality for its basic elements and felt a grand freedom in their work to rearrange those elements into hilarious parodies of our world.
Gosh, I was so taken with this guy. I was when I first met him, and on Mork and Mindy, we had a marvelous time.
Those were good days.
You had access to more medication in those days.
Where Robin Williams exceeded even the master was in his dramatic scope. Not only could he create exaggerations of character in his comedy, but he had the ability to reproduce the subtleties of character as well.
Feeling like God put an angel on earth just for you. Who could rescue you from the depths of hell. And you wouldn't know what it's like to be her angel. To have that love for her be there forever.
In the end, both talents reflect the same empathetic observation of people. Winters and Williams, like no one else before or since, understood the stereotypes in subtlety and the subtlety in exaggeration. It may seem as if this sublime energy of play passes away with them, but of course, the opposite is true. We have that energy for all time because they gave it to us.
Reverend Ainsley, my hands are arthritic, as you can tell.
Well, just consider them not his hands anymore, but his paws. Be ready to do this. Get a little cat tree. Don't be afraid. Say yes, yes. Don't be afraid. I'm gonna put my hands on your head now.
No, but they're in my hands. Why would you put your hand on my head?
Because
there's nothing the matter with my head.
It's a two-shot. Go with me. It's a two-shot. Work with me now. Work with me, demon spirit. Bobby, get the extra.
Look at my hands. They're straight out. They're straight out.
Now you can at least serve
hand.
things. Now you can serve things. Go table for two. Table for two.
No, but I can't get them back that way. How do you get them back for?
Look, horrible. This is called mime syndrome. A tendency to be in a box for no reason for horrible long periods. Tendency to walk against the wind when there is no wind. Won't you please help? A mime is a terrible thing to waste.
You heard what he said. Mime is a terrible thing to waste.
Look at this.
This also means surrender.
It's also basic Egyptian army training course. Okay, ready? Drop gun, again. One more time. Drop gun, again. Drop gun, again.
God in heaven. All this money.